Hi there, my name is Peter Davison, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And no, of course, Comicsgate is not a hate group. Of course, it's not a hate group, and in fact, calling it hate group is hateful. It's an expression of hatefulness. It genuinely is. And you know, the reason that is happening is because the people saying it are going through the stages of grief. You know, first we had denial. Well, that was easy because they've been in denial for freaking years. They had denial. So yeah, they're great at denial. Then we have bargaining. Bargaining lasted for about 20 minutes. When Rich Johnson has been front and center of this. Rich Johnson floated the idea of this impossible solution, which is never going to happen, and it turned out 2 days later, no, it didn't happen. So we had denial, bargaining, and now we're just in anger. We're just in pure, straight-out anger. You know, the party's over. You know, for many, many, many years, we've lived under occupation. The comic book fans have lived under occupation as insane people have occupied the source of their love, has occupied the source of their family and driven them away. It's been shockingly awful, So I think that's coming to an end, and the people who are the invaders, the occupiers, are very angry about that. So that's where the anger is coming from now, and it's become very commonplace to call Comicsgate a hate group, and it's just a desire to pull them down with you. You know that these people who are not going to get work anymore because they really just aren't very good at their jobs. They're just they're just hating people who have been forced by them to find a different way to sell the comics, and it's one that's insulated from the implosion of the comic book industry, which is why I so want to jump on their coattails. But yeah, that's a story for another time. My name is Peter Davison, the Rabbi from another planet. If you could hit that subscribe button, thank you so much. I am so really genuinely incredibly grateful. If you can hit the like button and the share button, all those are fan-dabby, double dozy too. Thank you very much. Go and look at the video notes. I give stuff away each week on this channel. Yeah, you should have been here yesterday. I gave away something freaking awesome last week. It's a 9-disc set of the Alien movies. But today, we're back onto Doctor Who. So I'm giving away 2 Doctor Who stories. We've got The Black Orchid from 1982. It says right here, actually. I think from 1982. Which is only 2-part story. So I felt bad giving that away. So along with that is Fort of Doomsday. Another Peter Davison story from the same season. It's... all you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is the important part. And then leave the hashtag celery. If you don't know why that's a hashtag, this is probably not the prize for you. Also, by the way, if you like Doctor Who, there's a Doctor Who audio story to download from the video notes. Okay, so Comicsgate is not a hate group. And calling it a hate group is... I think it's a problem. I think it's a hateful problem. Is it a hate crime? I mean, I get if you consider Comicsgate to be an ethnicity, then yeah. If Comicsgate is an ethnicity, then everything happening to it is indeed a hate crime. So and again, they're calling it a hate group because they hate that it's going to be successful. And yeah, they just want to feel better about themselves. They want to be able to drag it down with them. Utterly disgusting. But what would you expect from utterly disgusting people? So, of course, the one person who was front and center in this this long campaign of hatred towards comic books, as comic books was invaded. One person who ran the propaganda arm of the occupiers of the comic world was Rich Johnston with Bleeding Cool, his website, his awful website. And so Bleeding Cool had an article earlier this week saying the best guy was a meanie person, disparaging him. So unfortunately, running a hit piece on him has real world consequences. The real world consequences for a gentleman named Mike Wellman. Mike Wellman is not a well man. Now, it goes without saying, please nobody contact this gentleman. He is clearly not in a good place. If you live near him, he's got the Atomic Basement. I'm not sure that's the name of his store. If you live near him, please somebody get in contact with the police. He needs a well visit. He genuinely needs it, but don't engage him personally unless you're a psychology professional and prepared to take responsibility for whatever may happen. So Mike Wellman, poor chap, really, really poor chap. He's been driven to insanity by the likes of Johnston, and all the general hatred of the president of the United States that like runs through so much of the media. He's been driven to absolute insanity by that. He sounds like I looked at his Facebook feed for a few minutes before I made this video, and it's all like Trump, 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 Trump. It's all that. And look, listen. Honestly, if you're thinking about somebody more than 3 or 4 times a day, and it generates anger every time you think about them, you have a problem. You have a problem that you need to work through. Anger, and it took me years to really work this out. It really did. It took me to like my 40s. Anger is genuinely a choice. You've got to like look at the situation and reframe it. And there's normally like some corrupted point of logic in your head. And you got to really find what the anger is coming from. And you don't. It's a choice. It's a choice that you don't need to make. And unfortunately, this guy again has been driven to insanity by the ongoing hatred of the president. So as Ethan Van Sciver has been labelled an acolyte of the president by people like Johnston, he then became a legitimate target of hatred for crazy people, for absolutely crazy people, like Mike Wellman, the very, very poorly named Mike Wellman. So it really started off where Larry Hama had been co-opted by this disinformation campaign, again led by people like Rich Johnson, in between crying into his beer and calling Ethan a meanie pants. So he'd been led to believe Comicsgate is a hate group. And it's not. So he posted this thing saying, it's a group of comic pros who are reviving waning careers by pandering to misogynist, racist, homophobes. No! I'm sorry, Larry. I honestly, I'm not a big G.I. Joe fan, but I have a lot of respect for you and your work. Look, honestly, I'm old enough now that I really respect people older than me. I think people older than me are normally smarter than me. That's what happens when you get near your 50s. You go, oh, people younger than me are absolute idiots. People older than me kind of know more. So, I respect you, Larry. I think you've been deliberately and maliciously led astray. So he carries on and says, they have a hit list of creators. No, they consider Libertad SJWs. Oh, yeah, they do. Fair enough. But hit list? I don't think so. Pretty much everybody I admire in the business is on the list. No, not the case, though. So I'm rather proud of my inclusion. You're not included in it. So Ethan had this really, I think, very, very wonderful response. I made a video on it last week because I thought it was so freaking good. I have to tell you, in general, the reason I make this video now is I'm so impressed with the morality of Van Sciver. It's he gets a lot of stick. And I understand why, because he hits back. He hits back, and he's funny, and and people don't like it. People don't like being hit back. People don't like being hit. They don't care if they hit first. They do not like it being hit, which again leads to things like Rich Johnson crying to his freaking beer like a pussy that he is. So Van Sciver responds to Hammer. I got bad news for you, Larry Hama. If there were a list, which there isn't, you wouldn't be on it. We love you. Richard C. Meyer admires you and cites your comics as the reason he chose to enlist and serve our country. Wow, that's high praise. Your G.I. Joe comics are a lesson in loyalty, and their lesson in loyalty inspired us to stand up for each other. As your friends try to exert pressure on us, exert pressure on us to betray what we knew to be right. We stood behind Richard C. Meyer in his last lawsuit against Mark Waid because of your G.I. Joe comics. We have stood together in solidarity, not giving Kickstarter our business because their persecution of conservatives and political discrimination. You taught us what it means to be real American heroes. You inspired Comicsgate. It was really an absolutely, absolutely wonderful response. But unfortunately, in the minds of a crazy person, which Mike Wellman is, a crazy person who has been driven to insanity, been incited to violence, by insanity, by, I would say, the likes of Johnson, and who is then isolated and on his own. Apparently, he's all on his own. Plus, he opened a new business at the exact worst time possible. It's the perfect storm for somebody going crazy. And I really hope, I really hope somebody is on top of him, that he's getting like a world check. I really think he needs it. So this started off over here on Facebook when he says, it's just silly. He starts off by saying, "I can't wait to see you at a show, Ethan, and beat the living F out of you." Yeah, really? Yeah, grow up, dude. But again, I'm assigning logic and reason to somebody who's crazy. So I am literally gonna beat your ass. How dare you insult legends like Larry Hama, as well as industry itself? Again, dude. That's a sign that you're untethered from reality. Nobody insulted anyone. I mean, you're insulting him, but Van Sciver did not insult anyone. He actually dealt with a significant amount of compassion, which you're about to receive in any minute. F you! I am a libetard with fist, dude. I saw your picture. You're not. Okay, you're just not. You're going to feel them the next time we're at a convention together. I'm going to beat the living F out of you in front of everybody. Like, again, when somebody's regressing to, kindergarten, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. That means something's gone wrong. He continues, saying, "You are such a cowardly bitch, Ethan Van Sciver. Let's fight. Let me so stupid. How does nobody notice how stupid this was? What's going on? Let me feed you a fish sandwich, you little bitch." Oh my god. Okay, so then it escalates. He sends Ethan a direct message. Again, that's the sign you stepped up into insanity. I had a relative a few years ago, right when my father was dying, right in the freaking middle of my father's dying. If you ever had a dying parent, you know what it's like. You're in the hospital all the time. You don't get any sleep. Going back, and he kept bugging me about, much like this guy, about about the president, like sending me direct messages, telling me how he's a member, shed me doctored pictures, putting him with the KKK, just stupid stuff over and over again. And honestly, this relative was a bit of a dummy to start with, and I always thought he was a dummy. Just his opposing, the president would mean I would support him, because that guy's a dummy. But he just kept sending direct message over and over again. And eventually, I had to call him, and his wife would say, "Enough. I understand that's your point of view. Enough! It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous, and you're a blithering fool." And then this was he was trying to convince me that Trump was an anti-Semite. That was just before he turned out to be the most Jew-friendly president of all time. Okay, but never mind. So anyway, on direct message, he I think this must be via Twitter. He contacts Ethan and says, "Give me your home address and give the police an actual reason to be concerned, because I will come to your house and blow your effing face off your skull." That's something that happens in Roadrunner cartoons. That happens to Daffy Duck. It doesn't happen in real life. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't happen in real life, because this is the way he ended it, which is a sign this guy is crazy. I can't think of a bigger sign this crazy. "I'm going to blow your effing face off your skull. This is a fact." Really? I don't think you know what that means, Mr. Wellman. I don't think you know what that means at all. No, then it goes on. "I'm gonna come. I'm coming to beat your ass, son. Why not make it a feature at an upcoming comic convention? Could be fun. I'm gonna beat your ass either way." But this is just pure intimidation. I mean, if it wasn't so pathetic, it would. I guess if I got it, I would be. I'll be intimidated by this, but let people have an opportunity to enjoy me beating your ass in public. Again, listen, I've seen this guy, I've seen Ethan. I think Ethan will take him. I think in my estimate, but thank God it's never gonna. And again, nobody contact this guy. He's crazy. Okay, contact the police so they can go and check on him. So then Ethan starts to show some compassion, which destabilizes this guy's world altogether. He replies, "Bro, there aren't going to be any more conventions. You're going to have to wake up." So again, this guy is reacting to his world falling apart, him being isolated, and then Ethan compassionately, however, just underscored how much his world's falling apart. The conventions are over. It's over. Yeah, we're talking like minimally a 20% reduction of the direct market. I think it's probably going to be close to like more 40-50%, maybe 60%. Trying to work out. So then he goes off the rails. He goes, what's that? I'll just come to your home then. What's your address? Put on your big boy pants and tell me where you live. Really? Again. Somebody needs to talk to this guy. So then Ethan really steps up. Ethan, again, this is the reason why I make this video. I'm always impressed when I see elevated morality, which we're really seeing here. He goes, Mike, do you have a family? It's not just elevated morality. It's also what he's doing is very smart. Yeah, Mike, do you have a family? So then he doesn't hear it at first because he's controlled by this rage he's in. Tell me where you live so I can drive right up to your house and deliver the ass whipping you deserve. Again, he deserves it because you're going to find out why in his mind he deserves it in a minute. He says, so Ethan replies, take care of your family during this hard time. So this pushes him over the edge, which makes me think, this guy doesn't have a family because he's cray. That's why he doesn't have a family. And it's very sad. Yeah. It doesn't matter if I have a family or not, which means I don't have a family. And now we get to the reality, the thing that's been going on in his head 24/7 since 2016 because of malicious, evil people like the majority of the media, and again, Rich Johnson, who's busy crying that Ethan was a meanie pants. So he says, did you vote for Trump? Ah! You are deflecting. No. Ask him that is deflecting. Again, most people aren't constantly thinking about the president. And if they are, there's something wrong with them. It's that kind of simple. So then Van Sciver replies, it does matter. Your family needs you. So now he's engaging him as a human being, a compassionate human being. And it's confused him because, this is not the cartoon image that he built up from him. This cartoon villain image. So Mike's confused now. Mike says, "Why are you suddenly so compassionate? It's a little too late, don't you think?" Again, I've been listening to EVS for about a year now. I've heard him take the piss out of people. I've heard him make fun of people who attack him. He's just got that kind of sense of humor. I've never heard him not be compassionate. Really, I haven't. But again, I've heard him hit back. Ethan replies, I'm compassionate because I can tell you're ill, and I love retailers. Do you have any regrets at all for being a Trump voter? Again, this is what the media and people like Johnson have bought our country. Have bought the Western world through. This that where delusion is commonplace, and it's not helping anyone, is it? Really? How's that resistance going? Is it anybody being helped by it? No, you're just hurting mentally ill people by propagating, and frankly, it's freaking disgusting. So then Ethan replies, Comicsgate doesn't talk about politics. We talk about selling comics. Yes, that's all you need to talk about. Politics kills sales. 100% correct. So then Mr. Wellman replies, Comicsgate means something. I'm not into it, but is Comicsgate on the side of Trump? I can't align with that. Again, so Ethan very, very sanely responds, anyone can be Comicsgate. We don't ask about your political affiliation. It's about customers, hot dog salesmen, vendors. Talking about divisive issues drives away customers. I'm going to leave it there, brother. This isn't going to be a fight. Take care. No, there isn't going to be a fight. Yeah, that's a fact. Take care of yourself and your family and get better. Again, such incredible compassion. Of somebody who's just outwardly attacking you about this, supposedly evil, mean-streaked person, which is just, it's so untethered from reality. It actually really annoys me. Answer me this one question. So Ethan goes, what's your question? Are you a supporter of Trump? To which Ethan leaves it saying, the president isn't the source of any problem. He's not. Honestly, Rich Johnson's a source of your problems. CNN's a source of your problems. MSNBC's a source of your problems. ABC's a source of your problems. New York Times is a source of your problems. Washington Post is a source of your problems. You know, the president is not. He's not a source of your problems. And my political opinions are none of your business. They are actually how. How? Again, why am I asking a question to a crazy guy? They are actually. You've answered my question. Your answer answered itself. Goodbye. So yeah, there we have it. Like I think real world misery and problems caused by this, evil disinformation campaign. This hateful campaign calling some people a hate group who aren't a hate group. Again, it's my first instinct when I hear Comicsgate being called a hate group is to want to go and buy a Comicsgate comic. It really is. Really. So, look, I'm sorry you guys are all so upset that your industry just was imploded around you and your frankly awful business practices are coming home to roost. I really am sorry. Yeah, but part of me isn't so sorry. Part of me is quite elated because that means this long night is nearly over. And, I think a year from now, we're actually going to be in a pretty good position. My name is Stephen Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And have yourself a fantastic day.